Okay, when you're in a group, get your papers all together within your group, and then I'll come by and pick it up. Okay. Again, this is to keep you in, focused on, daily progress. This is why we cannot slack on homework, or you will get destroyed in this class. Destroyed. I'm telling you, there's very few people that didn't do homework. Okay, I'll tell you a quick story. I think I showed you my chart, right, of people that got 3, 4, 5, correct? Right? One of those kids didn't do his homework regularly on that chart. Guess what he got on the AP exam? He's my only 5. So it can happen, but 99% of the time, bums that don't do their homework don't do well. Perry Matalis, I actually gave him. Oh shoot! I just said his name on the internet. Perry can sue me now. All right. But it's true, and actually he did it sometimes, but very rarely. So that's why I do this daily thing to make sure you understand that math builds on each other. When you start slacking off on the homework, you're done. You're going to get steamrolled in this class. So good job. It looked like most everyone did it. I'm just going to reiterate that early. All right, that's very important. Okay, now the big key today. Oh, by the way, I did this on purpose. That annoying math team sign. I don't know if anyone would be interested, but math team meeting is a week from today in the port. If that's something you've done in the past. I did have an AB student last year be part of math team, so it is possible, and they'll take you in. I think I could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure. White shirt, super teacher. She is the junior one. Oh, and then we have seniors. I think it's Demas. It could be Demas or Shabanic for seniors. They do break that up into years. I don't know who the freshman is because there's no freshman teacher on that. So I don't know. All right, so go ahead and do this. Hey, let's all say this together. Average rate of change. 3, 2, 1, go. Average rate of change. You are gonna get sick of this statement. This is going to be the rest of the year. Every single thing that we do, every single graph that they do, pre-calculus AP is obsessed with the idea of average rate of change. All right, so let's get that over with right away. So AROC, and you know what it is? It quite simply is slope. That's all it is. And that's why we did that quizzes yesterday. I don't know why my pen wrote weird there. Hopefully I'm okay. That's why we hammered down the slope formula in our first 4 quizzes questions. If you don't know the slope formula, you're going to get destroyed in this class. Destroyed. Okay, so there's your average rate of change formula. So the questions will be worded, and I want to go fast here. And actually, the notes are over printed. I'm going to delete some of the concepts because we won't need it. I'll reference it, what's going on with it, but we're going to shorten this up. So what they will say, how this is worded is, you'll see this later, what's the average rate of change between -4 and 0? And what these are x's. So they want what's the average rate of change between -4 and 0. This is an interval. Oh, it's right here. There's the word interval. So that's what this is. That line is the slope, or the slope of that line is the average rate of change between -4 and 0 on this graph. Because here's -4 for x, and then here's 0 for y. And then guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this picture, the AROC is equal to 4 over 4, which is 1. That's it. It's a real simple concept today. That's it. Right? All right. But now we got to do something a little different. Well, no, actually, this one is just as easy as that last one. So how am I going to find the average rate of change between 1, 2, and 3, 4? Wait a minute. I'm going to make sense out of this. 1, 2, 1, oh yeah, that is on this graph. It exists there. So that's a valid point for this particular situation. And then 3, 4, oh yeah, it is right there. So you know what I have to do to find the average rate of change between these 2 points? Just sketch that line and do a rise over run. So 1, 2, so my rise is 2, and then by golly, it's just like the last one. My run is 2. And by the way, do understand rise is positive, going right is positive. And do understand also that line is increasing, so the slope should be positive. All right, so know these little components here. Now, the only part that gets a little difficult, and this is why I could shorten my notes because I'm gonna kind of skip this. I'm gonna reference it and then go to the last page. This is the only hard part. What does this mean? Find the average rate of change for the given intervals. Like I put up there, these are x's. So if I were able to see this picture, like if this picture looked like this, they only gave me the x values for this. So I need to find the corresponding y's. So I got to find this coordinate. I don't know what is going on. Something weird is happening with my pen. Let me hit the back button. Sorry, these tech issues. I think I need to send this to the back. Shoot, where is it? Where is it? Set picture as background. Okay, I think that's part of it. All right, sorry, tech issues. So what I tried to do, and it didn't work, is I need a -2 comma, and I need a -1 comma. I'm missing the y. So that's what you need to understand. This is an interval. Just like I said in the notes up there with our original picture. This is the interval from -4 to 0. What is the average rate of change? -4 for x, 0 for x. All right, so that's it. You gotta read the math. You gotta understand what the math is asking, and once you do, it becomes easy. All right, and I've said this a million times. Let's see if you actually do it. Input, say it. Output, you know it. So that's the input. I got to get the output. So what I have to do is physically plug this in to get the y. But be careful. Luckily, it's cubed. PEMDAS. What you need to do is evaluate. So I plug in -2 for x. I find f of -2. Another way I could write that, but you don't have to. And then evaluate and get the y. All right, so, but here's what you got to do first. -2 cubed is -8, not -6. People add instead of multiply. And a negative times a negative times a negative is a negative. And then we have this negative on the outside. So exponents first, then multiply. All right, and then I see someone getting their calculator out. Okay, all right, and then that becomes 2. So -2 comma 2 exists on this graph. That's why I said input output. And then let's see if we can do -1 in our head. -1 cubed is -1, but then a negative makes it +1. And then -1 times 3 is -3. So 1 plus -3 is -2. Now I'm going to do that because I have expectations that you understand what's going on. Input, say it. You better know what input output means. X, I input the X, I evaluate, that becomes the Y. All right? And then this graph crosses these 2 points if I put them on a grid. And then what is AROC? It starts with an S, everyone. Anyone? Slope. Now that I have the output values and I have these full coordinates, then I can do my slope formula, which is y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1. I chose to go this direction. Then x2 minus x1, -2 minus -1 on the bottom. So AROC, average rate of change, is just slope. And that's it. So minus a negative is positive. So this is 4. Minus a negative is a positive. This is -1. So -4 is the AROC of this question. Sorry for squeezing that math in there, but that's what we got to do. Okay, next one, input. Say it. Okay, do understand one more time that these are the x's? These are the x's, so it's like from what to what. I'm trying to put, those look like 5s. It's terrible. All right, so what I need to do is get the coordinates. So what is 1 comma? Come on, we should be able to do this. What's 1 plus 1? 2. I inputted 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2. What's 1 plus 6? 7. Oh, this is jerky. Fractions. You better really get the calculator now, ma'am. All right, anyway. And then what's 4 plus 1? What's 4 plus 1? What's 4 plus 1? 5. And then what's 4 plus 6? 10. Now, you know what? We're going to reduce that. So these coordinates are, you know what? Let's just do it now. Come on. 5 over 10 is 1 over 2. So let's go ahead and erase that and just make that 1 over 2. Okay, now we got an issue, and now it's time to teach grade school. How do I find the slope? You take the y's and subtract them. Now, I was kidding. Don't you dare touch that calculator. How do you subtract fractions? What do you need? What do you need? Anyone? Common? Anyone? What's the common denominator between 7 and 2? 14. Now, you're going to think, why? I'm too important to do this. My calculator can do this. Good luck, because you have to know fractions in this class, and the calculator won't help you later. We're going to have fractions with variables, and you need to know your rules. You need to know when you add fractions, you get common denominators. By the way, I didn't finish the slope formula. I'm sorry. Over, so I went this way. I went 2/7 minus 1/2. I must do 1 minus 4 on the bottom. Okay? Now, bless you. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 7 is -3 over that common 14 over -3. Now you're probably going to hate this, but I'm going to show you something next. This is not a allowed final answer. Okay, so we need to clean this up. And I will tell you this, that this is the same as division. So you could write this as -3/14 divided by -3. Okay, just follow along with me, please. This is a huge mathematical fractional component that you should have learned in grade school. How do I change division of -3 to multiplication? What do I have to do with the -3? Anyone? But the word I'm looking for may be better. It starts with an F. F fraction, but actually FL. Anyone? Flip. So this is -3 over 1. This turns into multiplication only if you flip this fraction. So actually, what ends up happening is the 3's cancel, the negative times a negative cancels, and the answer is 1 over 14. Now, a lot of people cannot get 1 out of 14 just by looking at that answer up there. That's why I went through divide means flip, multiply in fraction world, and then certainly cross cancel. This might be the biggest thing in the notes today for you students, because I have found fractions are a disaster, all right, and not knowing your fraction rules. So really take that to heart. That might be the hardest thing that we have going. All right, then back to this. Hey, I got a picture. So the interval from -1 to 3, remember, these are the x's. So what's -1? -1 comma, input, say it. Some of you got to it, right? On the bell work thing, right? Wasn't there some input outputs and it was a picture? An F of, or H of, and it was H of a picture, and you had to go to, so F of -1, F of -1 actually equals 0. And that means -1 comma 0 is the coordinate. That's what we have to understand on that. And then what's F of 3? What is F of 3, everyone? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, nobody answered. What is F of 3, everyone? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, nobody answered. One more time. What is F of 3? I input 3. What do I get according to the picture? 3, 2, 1, go. 4. Now we got some people. All right, but you know what? I don't need to do this. I have the picture. I don't have to do the slope formula. I can connect these dots and do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the slope, the AROC, and then you know what? You know what? I'm going to use the letter M, right? Isn't M for slope, correct? I just want to hammer down the point that AROC means slope, right? That's 4, and then over 1, 2, 3. Why does this keep happening? I feel like that happened too many times today. So that slope is 1. Very, very simple concept. Okay? Okay. All right. So what time do we got up there? Is that almost going to ring?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to do tangent. I will tell you on this one, this is all you got to do. They just wanted the average rate of change from this to this. What do you find? It starts with an S and ends with lope. Slope. You just got to find the slope. The Y's are the bottom, the X's are the top. All right. And then I'm going to hold off on what a tangent line is. All right. Yeah, we're going to hold off on that because of the bell. So Mr. Wilson also said he was going to stop there. So I think we're good on that.